So welcome to Module 2, and the title of this module is Dysfunctions in Pelvic Health, Can Pilates Help? So as a women's health physiotherapist, I'm really excited about delivering this module to you. We're going to be talking a great deal about different types of pelvic health conditions, including incontinence and prolapse and bowel problems and lots of other problems that you may have been faced with in the past. Very common conditions that are experienced by many women, and but not always problems that we know how to deal with, particularly in an exercise or Pilates setting. So the aims of this module are really to inform you about some of these common conditions and really to help improve your level of confidence in how to perhaps recognise whether women may need onward referral, what signs and symptoms to perhaps question a lady about, particularly if you're seeing her on a one-to-one and she's happy to talk about her pelvic health in maybe a little bit more confidence, but also to think about exercise choices and strategies that we can use for this client population, and perhaps thinking about perhaps other exercises that may not be so appropriate for certain ladies. So before we start, like we've been doing in other modules, I just want you to really reflect on your own practice as a Pilates teacher and where you feel you are at the moment in terms of your confidence in seeing ladies with pelvic health conditions, your overall knowledge about pelvic health conditions. It's a really useful tool and an exercise just to sort of establish where you are now and think about where you want to be, hopefully by the end of the module. So I just want you to think about the clients that you see at the moment, perhaps in relation to the area that you work. So obviously, you know, some people work in gyms, other people have their own studios, other people have lovely one-to-one settings. Sometimes people work in areas where they're seeing lots of clients at once. You know, this can all feed through into the types of clients that we're actually seeing. And do you work with other health professionals? So some people are very lucky to have established networks with other health professionals. Perhaps this is an area that you'd like to develop for your own practice. It's really useful if you're seeing ladies, and we know that 1 in 3 women will have some degree of pelvic health dysfunction at some point in their lifetime. So it's a really useful thing to be able to have a network group that you could perhaps, or links that you could refer people out to, but also for your own learning and support, and from a CPD perspective, again, it's really useful to have an established network of other health professionals who you can, you know, refer your clients to if needs be. So how confident are you at the moment in regards to the female client and specifically in pelvic health conditions? You know, are you happy? Do you feel like this is just a sort of a little refresher for you, or maybe just to recap stuff that you already know? Or is this an area that you really feel that you really need to improve on? So if we just look at the learning model, I just want you to recognise where you are now, what goals you want to achieve, and how you feel you might be able to get to that point. As the module goes on, it'd be really useful just to reflect on learning that occurs as we go, light bulb moments perhaps as you go along, and how this might impact on your practice, how might it change your practice. And then at the end of the module, it will be nice to revisit this and just see, you know, again, reflect on where you are at the end and whether you have changed as a result of doing this module. So again, just looking at how confident you are, we've touched on this already, like we've been doing in other modules. I just want you to look at this slider and place yourself on the slide in terms of how confident you feel you are at the moment in relation to seeing and delivering exercise sessions for women with pelvic health issues. So how confident are you now? And later on, we will revisit this again and see if things have changed, and hopefully they will have. And then before we go on any further, I just want you to think about 3 specific personal development goals that are relevant to you, relevant to your own practice as an individual teacher, and write down those goals, and hopefully again by the end of the module we can revisit these, and hopefully you will have achieved or be on the way to achieving your 3 goals. So if you just take a moment to do that now, and again, really useful as a self-learning exercise, and like I say, we'll come back to this at the end of the module and just see where you're at. So I really hope you enjoy this module. I'm really excited about it. Lots and lots of meaty information that's going to be provided, and let's get going.